Meredith Gorman, joined by former Patriots running back and Super Bowl champion LeGarrette Blount. And LeGarrette, the postseason is here. The NFL Wildcard Weekend has arrived. And at this point in the season, who do you have as your Super Bowl picks?
The two teams that I got going are going to be the Chiefs and the Eagles, but I got the Chiefs pulling it off. It's not going to be in crazy fashion, but I got the Chiefs pulling it off. I love my Eagles. I have all the confidence in the world for the in these guys, but I just think Mahomes is just a different animal, man. He's hard to defend for anyone. So those are going to be my two teams, but I like the Chiefs to come out on top.
Yeah, and the Miami Dolphins ended up in the playoffs. Can you see them actually making a run? I know we just saw that Tua is not expected to play this weekend.
Yeah, I think that might be the deciding factor for a lot of people with the Miami Dolphins. If Tua can't get out there and play, he's the best that you have at that position. I know you still have all of your other guys with Tyreek and with Jalen, obviously with the running backs and Jeff Wilson and Gesicki and all those guys, the weapons on offense. But without Tua, I don't think it goes as smoothly and it don't go as well. You don't have the same tools and at the quarterback position. So unfortunately for them, their playoff stand will be short.
Yeah, and switching gears to your memories in the NFL, what are these last couple weeks of the season like as a player once you get into the postseason? How does your mentality shift?
Man, it's tough. You got to just make sure the last couple of weeks of the season, you got to, obviously, if you're someone that is going to be a huge part of the team's success and what they're going to do moving forward in the playoffs, they tend to try to rest you a little bit. So, for instance, for me, when I was there, I think maybe the last time or the time before we went to the playoffs, I played against the Buffalo Bills. I probably and I'm looking around. I'm like, Bill, why you got me playing? And come to think about it, I didn't think about it how he did, and he was just like, LG, we can't have you not running the football for 2 weeks. We had a bye week. We didn't have a wild card game, so we had the bye week, and he was like, we just can't have you not run the ball for 2 weeks. So after the last game of the season, you would have 1 week, that of the playoffs, and then another week before you play. And so I got a handful of carries that game. But it's understandable, you know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that your guys are healthy. You got to make sure that you have guys out there that are going to be able to continue to grind and put in the work so that they'll be able to play whenever the playoff time comes. So it's a handful of guys. You'll see a lot of teams out there that play a few of their starters, but not all. You see some teams that go out there and play none of their starters. Which I understand both ways, but you just got to make sure that your team is prepared in the best way to be able to play that playoff game.
Yeah, absolutely. And this NFL postseason, like I said, is here. Excited to see how things shake out in the coming weeks. But thanks so much for your time, LG.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.